Alrighty, I'm back and continuing our Mesopotamia game. And we left off in fall, still of year zero, so hopefully going to get through that on this recording. Um, just a review of the battles we went through. Took 2 provinces, very low casualties, and our other commander is also heroic, which is great. So basically for this turn, I need to set about making certain my recruitment is going well. I would have enough to actually gonna get a commander going here. Actually, which one do I want? Any leadership differences really? Not really. This guy just actually has a helmet, so he's a little bit more able to survive. And next turn I'll start a fort there. In the meantime, since I do make about 500 a turn, less the 150 to 25 between these two, I can spend about 100 more, so I'll grab a couple more spear guards. That way the next army heading out here soon will be able to do their job well. This army, just reminder, yes, have about 20 guys. They should reasonably be able to take care of either this or this province. I'm going to have them come up here so that in a turn or two we can finally take out the barbarians. The main army, Vanheim is really expanding slowly. Yeah, they've only grabbed like 4 places so far. Gonna send the scout back to try to find where their armies are, but yeah, they have better dominion in these places, but I would like to take this so that once we start a fort here, we're able to get more of the bonuses associated with it. Research still going well. We'll want to get evocation eventually too, because that gives our actually yeah, because it gives lightning bolts for some of our mages. And that's what I'm gonna do. Alrighty, Linshire, which is our main army against some of the cavalry. Relatively simple. Our guys wait. Might have lost a person or two to the heavy cavalry charge, but unlikely that anyone else would fall in this. Mounted commanders holding out a little longer, but not much to stop us. Yeah, it looks like we lost 3 people to that initial charge. And our smaller group fighting in the forests. Yeah, they have some light infantry, some militia, good amount of archers, 3 commanders, and a priest. Priests for independence don't do much. A poor dude, he's limping, can't get to the front very fast. Priests don't do too much for a independent army unless you're bringing undead to the battle, because then they can use banishment spells. Yeah. Our infantry is quite better than just standard light infantry, really. Like, have roughly the same stats, but we have a lot more health. This guy is sadly diseased, so he is gonna die at some point, but hopefully he can make it through a bit more. Yeah. And then the Shushu made it to the back, and fear scared them off. And yeah, we lost 1 spear guard, but they did a pretty big number. Actually, for this army, the one which has a... Actually, now they both have afflictions. The one who has a limp, I'm gonna send in with the others because he can actually keep up with them, whereas the other one will be left behind. A Fey boar. Ooh, they're recruiting elephants. That is interesting. Yeah, can't really just rush Vanheim because their god is a combatant of some kind, unlike ours who can do some good spells but really have to wait for later to have access to them. I am gonna send main army up here to take care of that. Yes. Ooh, we had just enough money, so we're gonna start our palisades. Also gonna pop in some province defense. You can keep spending gold, it just gets more expensive. The first point is just to get a commander there, and is a slight barrier if anyone sends like a scout or something to see, do they actually have anything here? And not lose it automatically. Alrighty. I am gonna switch out the Gallifrevistern so that I can get a commander and kind of like another Hornblower. And I'll get a scout. Having more scouts is nice so you can figure out what people are doing, though a bit easier to tell what AI, especially on normal setting, are doing. And that is about it. Unexpected event. Well, it's bad, and are going to become even unluckier here. And our battle with our main army against relatively weak forces. Yeah, lots of militia, some light infantry. They had one long dead. That is interesting. Long dead are the basic skeleton undead units. Quite weak. But I wonder why that priest charged it. Did not last long. And yeah. Lost one of our basic soldiers. They are weaker overall than our spear guards and such, so not a big loss. Oh, one of the interesting mechanics about the game is weapon length. For instance, if you have a spear, it's longer than swords and things, so you have a chance to repel attacks from shorter weapons, like if people were using daggers. It's an interesting way to give a bit of realistic stuff. Gonna set back to our mage recruitment, and gonna load up the chieftain we recruited with our new Mushisus and the spear guards. The scout, you need to start heading out. Can't go that far. Ooh, he can go pretty far though. But yes, orders. We want them to attack the rear, and we want these guys to just attack the closest. So they're going to be more towards the front, the Husus towards the side so that they can flank around, and we want him to stay behind troops so that he doesn't die and cause some morale issues. And they're going to head that way. Our other army is going to come from the other way. I think that they have a good chance, like 40 all told with 5 of our Mushisus should be able to take them out. Wow, that is a big stack for that throne. And mainly a lot of undead. So that is also odd. Vanheim is over here. Wonder how they managed to skip over these provinces then. Can definitely... Honestly, I would have a good chance of taking this province. Wouldn't be the most amazing. And as much as it hurts me to take Gilgamesh off research, I need to start searching for magic sites to get some abilities going. This army, though, we have still 26 guys in here. They can take on mainly militias, so do that. And I really wonder what Vanheim is doing. And also, our armies are pretty bigger than what we've seen, so it would not be super difficult. Do hope the barbarian fight goes well. Actually, I am also going to send one of our priests there to give some blessings for our um, sacred units, and do want her just to cast spells and not get killed by anything. I also am going to save up some more gold so that, ooh, there's also another mine here. Kind of tempted to make our next fort, yeah, Vanheim's expanding downwards. Probably our next fort somewhere's like here or here, or maybe even here. I'm gonna start a commander recruiting there. Yeah. No, I'm gonna do it in the other iron mine. Having a lot of resources takes away a lot of the holdbacks to recruitment. One of the interesting things is we do get some different units in non-fort provinces, like our archers. However, because they do cost a good chunk more gold, though they have longer range with their longbows and damage, it's generally more efficient just to grab a bunch of basic archers, I think. And that's where I'm going to leave that. Getting forts started early, since they take 5 turns to build, is pretty helpful. Ooh. Looks like the priest we sent in also became heroic. Heroic precision, so she's better at aiming. I am going to send her back, though, so that able to. And I'm going to combine these armies. He is going to head, oh, that is sad. Head down here so we can hopefully grab this place. River blocking that passageway through. Now, yes, battles. Let's see this one first in Tanvir, which is the barbarians. Yeah, we took a good amount of losses, including our hornblower, simply because barbarians have quite high attacks. Yeah, 24 damage with their greatswords. They aren't really great at defending themselves or staying alive, but one hit, like with a maul or a sword, can definitely kill someone. And it's a good thing that we did not lose any of the sacreds, because some of them did take some very fast damage, though. But yeah. Yeah, this guy, he was able to repel a few attacks with his spear, but first attack that hit him cut off his arm. Ironically, it's not the worst. He just, actually no, it is pretty bad, because now he can't use his shield, because he only has one arm. But sadly, as far as I know, there's no way to disband people who have been injured, so they kind of have to stay. Also, a interesting thing for some of these barbarians is Berserk. Berserk makes people have higher protection and attack skill, but less defense skill. More likely to be hit, but they will be hitting people harder and able to resist a bit. Also, they do not break from morale, so it can be quite tough. So, ooh, that is sad. That's funny. Oh, first month of winter and it already took a hit. Now we do have growth scales which increase our population growth, so we are able to get some back, but 170 is like several turns worth. Yeah, we're gonna send our army down that way to hopefully take that for ourselves. This guy is going to start our second palisades, and this area, ooh, the steel ovens. Great, I need to make another fort up there. We're just gonna have a fort line. This is a really good one, like just as good with the resources, but it also makes forging better. So when we are able to get higher magic items, the cost in gems to make them will go down. Now let's see the battles. It looks like Vanheim went there first, so we can see what they did. Looks like they won pretty easily. Vanheim has troops with glamour, which makes them sort of hard to hit. Like, they have illusions and stuff. Their cavalry is pretty good. Yeah, looks like their horses just went around, killed off the commanders. Meanwhile, their infantry just held off until they then pretty much routed. And, ooh, their prophet was here. Let's see what their blessing is. 2 morale, and extra inspiration, so morale from leading, and extra leadership cap. So, basically to bolster their morale a lot. Yeah, 14 is pretty strong. And that was that. However, we then attacked that same province, and we did take some heavy losses, it appears. Not quite as heavy as them, but it looks like their prophet did escape. And we did lose a Mushishu, which is sad. Yeah, so their cavalry was trying to get in behind. However, since our guys were holding back, they were able to get in there. And the dragons largely were going against the whole stacks of infantry. As you can see, it's pretty hard to kill these guys because they have the glamour to help evade, as well as some very high defensive skills. So, it's like more a matter of time that took them out. Yeah. Their prophet, because he was so far back, was able to escape. And our guys, because their attack skill is so low, pretty much couldn't even hit these guys. Until, of course, one of the dragons caught them. Ooh, and the prophet sniped one with a spell. That's nice. But, yeah, we lost our 4 sacred warriors and just have 2 of the dragons left. So, not the best occasion. However, these provinces are free taking, it looks like. So, gonna send him over to do that. Gonna set in. Wait, did I cancel? There. Still want to be getting a fort there, though I will also be getting one here. So I'm not going to be recruiting too many units. Gilgamesh has to look. He can find very basic nature ones, as well as Earth and any Earth or astral sites. Also, I do want to plan to take that eventually, but shouldn't be too hard. Yeah. Again, saving up money to get a 3rd fort going, because that allows much more recruitment. It's very good. I honestly don't really like the mechanic of any units which are crippled having a chance of dying on marches, since you can't exactly just say, you know what, you took a wound, you can just go and live. This is a good event, actually. We got some free province defense in this, which bumped it all the way up to 16. If we look at it, it gives them a whole lot more units here, including heavy cavalry, as well as some buffs to the unrest reduction and patrolling of the province. Gilgamesh found a magic site. Ooh, a maze. 2 astral pearls per turn, which is nice. First edition we have for that. Next, I'm going to have him go search where the Shambler Reef is, because that should have at least something interesting. Gonna send Chief over there. Our 2nd army is going to head this way. Alrighty, these people all need to be researching. Yeah, still just recruiting our researchers and dragons at the moment. Actually, if I halt the Gala for 1 turn, we can get our 3rd fort started on the steel ovens. Nice little volcano. And there was a battle in Monarch Woods. Looks like they did have some province defenses of our own here. Only lost one of our soldiers, but pretty good. We'll also take for other province, just to make certain they can't be kicking us out. Assume the other two nations are hiding on the, well, not really hiding, but are on the sort of other continent area of this map. Ouch. He got a stun. Probably petrified. Actually, we can see exactly what happened. Yeah, nope, it was charge body, so he had a electrical, like, shock shield on, and did not resist to that. So next, gonna head up here. Ooh, there are lizard warriors and crocodiles here. That means that probably able to recruit them there. Just basic recruitment here. Actually, I do want to send one of my priests upwards towards here so that we can start building laboratories and temples so that we can recruit our mages there. The downside for all of Ur's mages being sacreds is that you need both a temple and a lab to train them. But that also means that they are relatively low upkeep and pretty good. Ooh, there is TNG. So they are probably over here on this side. And I would suspect that our other enemy is probably started somewhere up here. Unless he got really unlucky on an island or something. Actually not that unlucky since there's a direct route there. Research, getting construction 4 soon. Actually want to get the evocation first so that we can start training our air mages duties and sending them out with lightning bolts. So this is our army just taking out another province defense. No losses, don't really need to see it. Though our commander did get in for some fighting. I actually want to see what happened here. He must have used a spell and took someone out. I might need to just put them, since the army is so small. Again, I think this is the same person, but he got terribly unlucky with another shock attack. Poor guy. He took out the person in one sweep, but he's just electrocuting himself all the time. And the other one, which was against independence with our other army, which also has a lot more dragons. Yes, bless yourself with no effects. The very sad fate of independence. Yeah, guys go in, they pretty much can trounce militia just via... No, he did take some hits from the just militia, but his protection did save him a bit. One of the neat things is being able to see how all of the rolls for damage and attacks happen to kind of know what is actually the effect of some things. But they got cleaned up pretty quickly from behind. Yeah, we lost one spear guard. Acceptable. And another big throne army, but mostly weaker units, except they are led by a sorceress who is probably pretty powerful. But yeah, Phantasmal Warriors, their main gimmick is being ethereal and hard to hit. Lots of Jaguar tribe there. Now, since we are kind of at a war with Vanheim, since we did bump against each other, I am going to take their province here, especially since they have no units here. Our scouts are not seeing much of anything yet. Yes, better set back our mage recruitment, unless we had plans to start another fort immediately, which I do not. But I am going to construct a temple here, getting a temple first so that our dominion is spreading more, and I'll get the lab on the following turn. I am also going to, yeah, how many turns left do you have? 1 month remaining. You'll be done next turn. And speak of it, this is where Machaka has a army going. Do I want to go after those Amazons? The problem is I don't think that I can hold against that, so I probably want to pull back a little bit until I can train some more units to support. Yeah, I'll just stay in this area, grab some more spear warriors. And yeah, I'll also recruit some basic units here. Yeah, just some basic archers going for both of these. Unfortunately, they don't have many recruitment points. However, that is slightly fixed once we get the forts going, just so that our people are able to okay, looks like I have at least 1 unit of province defense in all of my areas, which is good. Gilgamesh needs to search, and I will throw in some Enki's Chosen, though I cannot recruit those all the time because they are very expensive to recruit. The one nice thing is that since they are sacred, they are very cheap to upkeep, just basically 1 gold a turn. Whereas the Urguards, who are worse, cost a little bit more. The Mishushus, even though they are sacred, which is less, are still quite expensive. Must require some special food or something. And we'll end this turn, and that's where we're gonna leave it off. No magic sites, but we do have some battles with Vanheim, so that will be fun to see next time. Thank you.